Good afternoon, everyone. We are live here on campus at Cal Poly Humboldt, where a demonstration is underway. It's more of a sit-in protest inside Nelson Hall. We're going to learn about how this unfolded this morning. We're going to talk to Rick Toledo here from Students for a Democratic Society.
Hey there.
Hi, Rick.
Do you have any specific questions, or should I just give a breakdown of what happened this morning?
Let's start with what happened this morning. How did that go? We understand that there was a dialogue that took place with an administrator or two. Can you explain who that was and what the goal was?
Yeah, so we actually, last Friday, we had a sit-in in Siemens Hall with very clear demands. We were trying to demand like an actual sanctuary campus with true policies on this campus that protect immigrant people here and that also provides resources for them. So like guaranteed contact to legal counsel, a true rapid response, and a strong non-compliance policy, a true non-compliance policy with ICE, the denial of administrative ICE warrants, all of that written into our campus's policy. We were also calling on them to divest from Israel, from war, from genocide and apartheid measures, harmful border technologies, and that was all outlined in the STS Ethical Investment Declaration, which was presented to them at the end of last semester, and they haven't done anything on it since then. So that's what the protest last Friday was all about, and those were the demands. And then also standing in solidarity with the staff who were striking, and I think still haven't had their agreement honored for their raises. And we're still asking admin to advocate for them at the CSU level as well. So those were the three major things, right? And at the last sit-in, it was agreed to that the admin would negotiate in a public forum setting in the main quad today. Today came, and in the lead up to it, they tried to email me personally and tried to move it inside to another building. And I told them, I don't control all of the students. I don't control what they do, and you need to check with them. You can't just move things without their permission. That's not what was agreed upon, right? So then they went to AS, the Associated Students, and they made them post a post saying that it was now a listening session, positioning themselves as the tellers and us as the listeners, right? So very much not a negotiation, very much not meeting our demands, and they tried to get that post out, and it barely got any traction. So then SDS and YDSA countered it with our post saying, we're meeting in the quad. Everyone is meeting in the quad. You cannot control the students.
And are these Instagram posts?
These were Instagram posts.
Okay.
Yes, these were Instagram posts. And even in the lead up to this, the university put out a very weak statement to the public, not even addressing the sanctuary campus, trying to make it seem like we didn't know what we were talking about, when in fact we had done significant research and presented it to them. So the whole thing was extremely dishonest. And when we came here to negotiate this morning, we were just being talked at. They weren't really hearing us. They were making excuses. They would not sign on to demands. They would not commit to anything. And that really upset all of the students. So the students marched to the main quad over here and started a sit-in, and then that evolved into the current sit-in in the building happening now in Nelson Hall here.
Okay. Have you been inside Nelson since it was closed? I can see right now, it's going to be hard for people to see it from here, but it does have signs on the door saying building closed. And I can confirm that we were not allowed inside the building as press, even just to observe and document the situation. So from out here, we're doing our best, but have you been inside there?
I have not. So I was with them in the quad. I was tasked with like printing out flyers, getting a graphic together, spreading the word that the sit-in was happening. And during that time, that's when this happened. And at this point, I'm just trying to organize outreach and get people here. I'm trying to alert the media about what's happening. I'm trying to get more support, because the thing, that's really concerning is the last time this happened, the university responded with excessive police violence. And we want to make sure that we have people here to prevent that from happening to the best of our ability, and to provide any kind of support from the outside that we can as well, because a big thing that can happen is if they do decide to try to do that, if we are unable to prevent that, then people will need to be bailed out of jail and get legal support as well. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is doing that, and that's what I've been asked to do. But I, obviously I stand in full solidarity with all of the students in there and what they're doing. And I have been told that I have permission to bring these demands to the media and to kind of like be a public face for those who cannot risk showing theirs at this time.
Okay, thank you for that, Rick. I did see a comment scroll by here that I want to see if you can help us with that one. It wanted to know, somebody was asking, what is the sanctuary for? Sanctuary policy regarding exactly what?
Okay, so the sanctuary policy, my apologies, I could have explained better. So the sanctuary policy is for undocumented students, faculty, staff, people just who are on our campus. It would provide sanctuary for them. It would ensure that we have a true non-compliance policy with ICE written into our very university, and that we have the resources and support necessary to help our undocumented community if something were to happen.
And would that apply to people who are here on visas or, people with green cards and things like that?
I mean, with this ICE thing, really it applies to everyone, right? Because ICE has just killed, like American citizens. It really doesn't matter. ICE will just come and kidnap people. They will kill people. So for us, we just want to do everything that we can at the university level to protect people here from any of that.
Okay. So going forward, do you know what the plan is for students who are outside, or inside rather?
Yeah, right now the plan is to sit in until their demands are met. They are not planning on leaving until the university seriously addresses these demands. Up until this point, they've talked down to people like they were children. They've tried to spin the narrative and do PR control, but they have not honestly addressed these problems. They have not honestly committed to anything. And it's about time that the university starts actually listening to the students and starts actually meeting these demands.
Okay. Any final thoughts? I think that we've covered it, but wanted to know if I missed anything or if there's any details that the public needs to know before whatever protest evolves here.
Yeah, for me, the message I want to put out there is if you are local and you're around, come here, please. We need people to observe. We need people to watch for police. We need people to support and protest outside so that we actually have a community out here that are a barrier between the people inside and police if police do get called. And also just to observe. Because the police are far less likely to harm students if we have more eyes on them.
Okay, and that's a genuine concern that you guys have, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it happened last time.
Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate your time.
Yep.